Hello. I haven't been live in a minute, in a long time. Have not been live in forever. Oh, let me take this off. Hi, I'm here. Who is around? Who is here? Who is available? I know I haven't been on this in a very long time. Hi, anyone here? I have not been live in the longest time. How are you all doing? Hi, how are you? PMC, have you heard from Jules? I had a voice note yesterday. She asked me to make a post, so I did. I wanted to play the voice note, but I just realized that it's on this phone that I have that I'm using, and I don't know how to do that. But I'm going to record the video, the voice note somehow, and post it after this live. But I thought I'll do her some justice, do her a favor, and go live to just say that I've spoken to her. Yes, indeed, prayers for Jamaica. The images are devastating. I haven't really been active on here because I've been very, very busy. Yes, the last time I actually talked with her was 2 of her live streams before the hurricane really started. Yes, so I think she went online a couple of nights back the last time I actually talked with her. Okay, I got a voice note yesterday, so I just came live to say that I've been like after the hurricane and I saw how bad things were because just before the hurricane actually started, but when it was starting up, I spoke to her on the phone. It is so bad. So bad. It's hard to watch some of the videos. So I spoke to her before the hurricane and then after the hurricane, and I saw how badly when I woke up a Thursday morning or Wednesday. When I woke up and I looked at the videos and I saw how bad it was, I started to think about her because I know that Westmoreland, it was coming that side, and Westmoreland is near to St. Elizabeth. And St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland is where she is. So I reached out to Madison. If you know Julie, because I know PMC might not be the only one watching, but if you know Joyful Julie, you know that her niece is Madison, who is often in her comment section. So I'm in touch with Madison on TikTok. So I sent Madison a message, and today is Thursday, Tuesday. This was Wednesday. And Tuesday. And Madison hadn't heard from her as yet. Anyways, yesterday, I got a voice note from Jules saying that she's using somebody's Starlink. She's using somebody's Starlink. She said she connecting to a man's Starlink. She sent me a voice note. She said her and the family are okay, but she has lost her bathroom roof and her living room, part of her living room roof as well. And her niece told me as well that her daughter's bedroom was affected. One of her daughter's bedroom was affected as well. And there's water in the house because the rain was coming in, so her furniture and stuff got wet. And there was a lot of flooding. She said they had a lot of flooding, but I can just imagine how devastating it would have been to actually be in that situation. Yes, thank you so much, PMC. My family are from Portland and they're the eastern side of the parish. So they got rain and breeze, but not extensive damage. My mom's house is there and I haven't heard anything yet. But if they don't get the eye of the hurricane, they're normally they're normally okay. And I've heard that my grandmother's house is okay. So although some people in Portland got damaged badly, it's mostly trees and stuff like that. Okay, okay, I will. So yes, I know that she was connecting to the somebody's Starlink, and she said if I can put up a video to say that I heard from her and she's okay. So I know that she said her house is damaged. But I'm trying to send her a message at the moment and it's not going through. So I'm gonna check out the video after I speak to you. But I'm spending so much time trying to read. That's just reminded me as well. I need to go and put credit. My cousin asked me to put some credit on her phone tonight before 10. The flat bridge is also gone underwater. PMC, so many places underwater still. Like places where there wasn't no river, a river end up being there. Jamaica has been doing a lot to improve the roads. Like the roads, a lot of the roads have been fixed in recent years. All of those roads in that area gone now. When you look at the videos, they mash up the shops. I just saw a video with a lady saying that, what? I'm getting teary-eyed, people. I just saw a lady with a video saying that they don't have anywhere to buy food. They're locked into their community and there are no shops available. There are no shops because all of the shops blew away. She said there was a Chinaman shop, but when the hurricane was going on, people loot the shop. So I've tried to email her as well, actually, PMC, because she gave me her email just before the hurricane. And she told me, she said, Trisha, take my email because this is how I talk to Proud. So if anything, you can email me if you can't get me on the phone. So she gave me her email address a few days ago, just before the hurricane. But people are saying they can't find food because Jamaica's culture is to go to the corner shop for any little thing, and people can't find food. One lady says one little shop still open and they're running out of food. So I'm just imagining that people are gonna start getting so angry because if you're hungry, you can't feed your family, you can't feed your children. The relief aid just really needs to get there really quickly because it's gonna get bad. So I'm making this video again. Whoever is watching, if you know Joyful Julie, I'm just making the video to say that I got a message from her and they're okay, but her house is damaged. I don't know if she's put up a video of that because I haven't seen it yet, but her house is damaged, but they are safe. Have you been able to contact any family? I don't have close family like brothers and sisters or so there, but I have cousins and I have friends, and I've heard from one of my cousins that they're okay. English style, a cup of tea. They are okay. So far I haven't Portland, but her house is damaged. My cousin's house, she said a part of her kitchen roof lifted, and the windows, there was so much rain coming in that she had to be putting towel and clothes and clothes and clothes and clothes and clothes by the window to stop the water from coming in. So her house got wet badly because of the heavy rain. Oh my days. Imagine you never have that problem before, but the hurricane is so bad that you get your house getting flooded through the windows. You see some of the places? My God. You see some of the damage? Oh my goodness. And the mud. The mud. There's one house, the gravel, the mud, the house buried. The house buried, like half of the ground floor buried in gravel. Gravel, like just gravel from the river. Just full up the people them house. They have a vehicle in the front yard and half of the vehicle is covered with gravel. So much damage. I don't know how people are gonna recover because so many houses, schools, like this is the worst. This is the worst hurricane. And when the reporters were saying it's gonna be bad, people were laughing because they're used to hurricanes. Even me did I say, Lord, them I exaggerate. But my goodness me, it's really bad. It is it's really bad. Can't even describe how bad it is. And when we say really bad, we don't mean one small town. We don't mean one small town. We mean a whole big area, like loads of people, like numerous people. It's set to trigger 150 million Jamaica catastrophe bond to help rebuild the damage, but as hurricane victims never truly recover. Australia, no, they never. I see some houses when I look at them like concrete house and it's tilted like this and no soil under half of it. Where are those people going to go? They're gonna have to live in that concrete house, catch it up, put some column underneath it and hope to God that it stays because that land gonna slide again. Because rain don't only fall when hurricane come. Also in the process of recovery, as I told Julie, taxes are going to go up also. Wow. You're also in the process of recovery from previous hurricane. It's devastating. Devastating is a strong word, but and the knock-on effect of everything. The knock-on effect is not just that hurricane come. Your house smash up, you don't have anywhere to live, and your house smash up, you don't have nowhere to live. You can't get food, you can't get clothes, there are no shops. You can't go to work. People can't go to work because they don't have the resources. Hi, Dre. Top of the evening to you. How is Diana? Diana is okay. She is at my brother's this week because I've got work and she doesn't have school. Because she had 2 weeks off and I only had 1 week off. Hi, proud, oh, wise one. Yes, I am. Hurricane Maria survived. I almost lost my life in that, so I truly understand. Did you lose like your house? How did you nearly? I don't even remember that one. That one never come our way. I only remember the only bad hurricane I can recall is Hurricane Gilbert, and I was 6 in Jamaica. And that was bad. I remember seeing my neighbor's roof lift up on my ball. But recent years, to think that that was 1988 and I left Jamaica 2001. And between 1988 and 2001, how many years that? 98. So 88 to 98, that's 10 years. And two, so like I was what, 18 when I left? And so between, so 6, 4, almost what, 10 years, 12 years, there was no hurricane. Like we get a lot of threats, storm coming, hurricane coming, and it never really came. But then in the last 5 years, Jamaica has had so many hurricanes. I lost a lot of personal things. My house sustained some damage, and it took 2 years to repair the damage that was done. And they only had Hurricane Barry last year. Last year, June, Julie said it was. And then look here now. There was a man in one of the videos where his roof was on the ground, and him said when the hurricane lift up him roof, him just stand up in a one corner, hold on, pan one. What did he say he held on to? He held on to something he held on to, like a countertop. And when the hurricane held up, then him and 2 women that he lived with went up to higher ground to somebody else's house. And his roof was on the ground, and the reporter said to him, the roof that blow off your house, it looks quite new. He said he only got that because Beryl took his roof before. Hurricane Beryl took his roof, and he got that new roof from the government not even a year good. He said not even 1 year since he got help from the government to put the roof back on, and the roof now on the ground. The new roof that he just got from Beryl. So some people haven't recovered from Beryl last year, and now this. And the sad thing is that this time next year, we might be having the same conversation. And then if you say, oh, you get concrete roof, slab roof, look at the river, look at the flooding. I saw one woman, when her house was flooding, she said, look on the water, the flood outside my front door, and I don't even live near a river. So you can't say, oh, don't live near the river to avoid flooding, because this hurricane carried flood into places where there was no river near them. The river wasn't that close that they would think that the river would affect them. But when a river bank open and plus the amount of rain that's falling, anything can happen. Them flooding there, it's like river, the river, it's like there was a big river everywhere with the water that was on the road. So sad. My heart goes out to Jamaica. Many homes are underwater and many have no place to go. When I woke up this morning and I saw a video of a woman and she a cussing, she said, look at our house dirty. She said, look at the state of my house. And I wanted to imagine, am I back? Am I back? Imagine I came upstairs to charge my phone and I forgot, I started talking and forgot to plug in the phone. Unagan, leave me. Oh my God. Oh, thank you so much. I have 5% battery. I came upstairs, started talking, and forgot to plug in the phone. And the only reason I'm sitting on my bed is because the charger is at my bedside. Yes, so I was saying that it's so devastating because there's no guarantee that it won't happen again next year. I will. And Madison is also in contact with me via TikTok. So when she talked to her, she will let us know. But I'm desperate to speak to her, to speak to Julie, to see how they're coping. Because when I woke up this morning and I saw that, when I wake up and I see the video of the mud and the muck, the muck everywhere, mud in the people them house, furniture wet up, bed wet up. I'm like, where are they gonna sleep? How can you even sleep in your house that was flooded and mud and muck and debris everywhere and your bed wet? Wow, I will try and reach out to her because I kept up with Julie the whole way through burial. Yes, everybody should try and reach out if they can. But just imagine, right? Your house underwater. How people sleep. I really feel it for them. And it's not 1, 2, 3 person. It's not 100 people. It's not 200 people. It's thousands of people. Because St. Elizabeth is a whole parish by itself, with Black River being the town. Then you have even St. Anne, which is more in the middle of the island. There was affected too. And then you have Westmoreland, Clarendon, all of those places going down were affected. So all of those people that's been flooded sleeping in mud. And we're here in the comfort of our homes with nice dry bed. We don't have no mud to go through, and we have food in our fridge. We have food in our kitchen. Their food, whatever food they had, is going to run out. And remember that Jamaica is not a first world country. So a lot of people, they live hand to mouth. A lot of people rely on the corner shops for their daily food. Those corner shops are not there. Pharmacies are not there. Libraries are not there. No shops. Some of these town areas, they have to go far and they can't pass. I saw one woman saying they were trying to get to some communities. They're trying to go through the Bamboo Walk place. What is the name again? And so they were cutting through. She said they had to give up. They had to give up because they couldn't cut enough and push enough to get through. They couldn't get anywhere. The roads are blocked. The roads are blocked, completely blocked. The people can't get through. And imagine you're locked in that side, and you hardly have shops. You don't have a car. You have your kids, you have your family, you have your house. You don't want to leave your belongings to go far to get stuff. You don't have work. Everybody around you in the same situation. People are going to get desperate. People are going to get desperate, and when people desperate, they're going to start arguing and fighting. Some people. So the aid needs to get there quickly. And I don't know how they're going to get there if roads are blocked. They have to go in a helicopter. I saw Shaggy, a video with Shaggy just now, and was on his way to Jamaica in an aeroplane, but it's a small plane, so it seemed like it's a private aeroplane. People gonna, at some of those areas, they're gonna have to get helicopter to go up there, go deliver food, because some of the roads are cut off. The infrastructure is damaged in those areas, because Jamaica, last time I visited Jamaica, the places were looking nice, like a lot of upliftment when you're driving along the road and stuff like that. And the roads are nice, the main roads, not the small roads, maybe some of them, but the main roads, they're fixing them, highways and stuff. Those parts of the highways are also damaged now, because you know what water do to road, and that rain and that flood leave a lot of muck on the surface of the road. 1 yard full of gravel right up the middle of the first floor, ground floor, gravel. I don't know, boy. It's very devastating, isn't even the word for it. Devastating doesn't even begin to describe it. Jules said 90% of the roofs in her area are gone. So that's, if you have 100 houses, 90 of them have no roof. That's the maths, right? Yeah. And her roof was damaged. Her bathroom roof is gone. Her living room, I think she said her living room and her daughter's bedroom has been damaged. And they had flooding. So imagine poor Jules sitting in her house and the roof blew off. And when I experienced Hurricane Gilbert and I was 6, I lived in a 2-bedroom scheme house with my mom and my brother and sister. And our roof didn't come off. I don't remember no water coming in, nothing like that. But I know a lot of people around me, their roof lifted. My neighbor roof, I see the whole roof lift up and go land over somewhere else. And Hurricane Gilbert was a strong hurricane. And in my area, 90% of the roofs never come off. What category was Gilbert, by the way? 90% of the roof them in my area did not come off in Gilbert. Most people still had their roof on. Because where my house is, in Anchovy, was bad also before Gilbert. Wow. Where we live, in a housing scheme where I grew up, it's opposite the ocean, opposite the sea. So you know that a lot of breeze would be blowing there. And our roof never come off. And it's a 2-bedroom scheme house with normal zinc roof. It wasn't no fancy, big, strong roof. This hurricane, when you look at the aerial view, you have houses with top-notch roof. I'm talking about houses that look like hotel. If you see the videos, you know. If you're following the news, you know, you see it. Good, nice, big house that would have had expensive roof. Gone. The roof gone. So what to say the small people? I saw a video of this woman walking down a street. And she look at a rubble. A pure concrete on the ground. And she look and she say, a Kim mother shop. She said her co-worker is Kim. And that's Kim's mother's business. She's flat concrete. But once the roof come off, the roof is helping to hold the walls together. So once the roof come off, the walls weak. The walls weakened. You have every town in Jamaica has an old Anglican church that's been there from before time. All sorts of churches, but these are historic buildings. The Anglican church in Black River is non-existent. I think one wall still standing. When you look, you see the picture of what it looked like before and what it looks like now, gone. Historic building. The whole town is about to change. If you see pretty mansions destroyed. Yes, Alicia, pretty mansions destroyed. So what to say? The drone footage to see everything from up top. Let us see everything. Yeah. If it, and that was Andrew Holness was flying around the area, the Prime Minister, and showing flat bridge. So bad. Parts of St. Elizabeth Technical High School were torn off. I see the lady walking and she said this at the primary school. She said Seaford Primary School not gonna exist after this. That Jamaica will not be the same again. However, it will affect the whole island, but that part of Jamaica will not be the same again. And that is so true, proud, because remember we had a bad hurricane last year and we have a worse hurricane this year. I hope to God that the Jamaica gets a break. And we can't stop it. There's nothing nobody can do to prevent this damage. It's like now when the only thing people can possibly do is slab roof, is put concrete roof in, whatever it takes, concrete roof, everything concrete. You can't stop the flooding. So even if you have a concrete roof and trees, no trees near your house, because I see concrete house and trees fall down on them. You see, I saw a building like this garage place or this big building. The park the cars, like I think it's a car mart, like a car sales place. Park the cars in a concrete building. And this building I saw about between 5 and 10 cars. That's the only little part of the video that I saw. And the walls fall down on the cars. Imagine you're trying to safeguard your cars by putting them in a safe place. And the building collapse on your car. So many cars mash up like people. So many food. I saw chickens dead. People invest their money. What are those people going to do? I saw farms like pepper trees. Thousands of pepper trees gone. Jamaica will bounce back. I have faith. They just need to work as one and rebuild the country. The government just needs to release the bird. What's the bird? But Jamaica always bounce back, but people will not recover from this for now. See, one man saying just get him roof and him roof gone. And the thing is, when people are starting to recover, we have another hurricane season. Like even Jules need for concrete our house before the next hurricane season, concrete the top. Because it's becoming more and more frequent. Burial was June. That's what I heard Julie say. I'm sure I heard she said burial was June. So like between now and springtime, anybody who can afford to need to slap them house, because I saw videos with doors on vehicles, windows tied down. I have a friend in Portland and him say them tie down their roof. So I don't know if a lot of these people didn't tie down their roof or they tied down and it didn't make any difference. I see one teacher lady saying Beryl mash up her house last year and Beryl mash up her and Hurricane Melissa come and mash up her house again. I saw a video of a woman crying with her 3-year-old daughter in Alligator Pond, Jamaica, and her home is completely gone. That broke me. It made my heart drop. It's so sad. I saw another woman. She said somebody give her her children over the wall because there was flooding. And she said she don't see that family since. She have the kids at her house. She said, right now the children at my house playing with my kids. The family, I don't see them. The parents, I have not seen them, but they gave me their children over the wall. And that the bodies that they found, there are going to still be people missing because the river was going down the road, down the road, down the road. When release aid comes in with money for the people, the government shouldn't keep it for themselves and say no money came for Jamaica because we in Canada see and hear everything on the news. They can't do that. Them would be wicked. They would be so cruel to withhold because people need money. People need, you're gonna give them food. You're sending food from abroad. How much food can you give a family? Lots of bodies in Westmoreland. Lord have mercy. Hear that? How much food can you give a family to last them for how long? Like, because there are going to be so many people that want those bags. The businesses need to try and reopen quickly. Shops need to try and reopen. So people, like people abroad, will send money for their loved ones so their loved ones can go to the shops. Their loved ones can go to the shop to provide food for their family. I was just watching the news. They're trying to clear the way. So many places are blocked. This woman said they're trying to use manpower to go through the bamboo to get to pass on the road. And she said they had to give up. They had to give up. She said, we can't do it. The government, somebody needs to come and do it because we can't. We chop till we're tired. We chop till we're tired. We chop bamboo because we're trying to get through. She said, no, it's late and we haven't made much progress. I hope what aid the people need actually gets to them for help and the government don't pocket it. I hope so too, and I hope whatever is happening happens fast. Whatever aid is coming needs to happen fast. But there are people on the ground in Jamaica they have the means and they've started already. Beanie Man gone out, Ramesh going on Saturday, and Ramesh have loads. Ramesh have everything Ramesh have. And Ramesh have some big trucks. It's just that he's going to get blocked. Because I remember last year when it was burial and he went out with aid, he couldn't pass some places because there were lamp posts blocking the way. And he had to get all kind of people to come and try clear the way. They will need to clear the roads quickly so that people can get through to help. I saw one video of a man saying he's trying to get to his family to check on them, and he's been walking from after 2 and it's after 5 now and him don't reach yet. That was yesterday, but I saw the video today. It's devastating, man. And as I was saying, it's not just one small area like you say, oh, it made landfall in Jamaica. But the eye of the hurricane was so big that when it make landfall in St. Elizabeth, it's widespread, so much so that Westmoreland is at the end, Westmoreland where Julie is at the very end of Jamaica. And it would have gone extensively all over Westmoreland back into the sea because it was so big. The worst part of it is so big that it would have extended so far because St. Anne in the middle and they got a hard hit too. Portland sent the whole island got the effects of the hurricane. St. Thomas, we have St. Thomas all the way in the east. St. Thomas and Portland are next to each other, one above the other. I'm from Portland and St. Thomas down here, so. And both Portland and St. Thomas got hurricane effects. They had hurricane wind. Some places have been damaged. They got the rain and the wind, and they've been damaged too. They just don't have as much roofs because the further out the hurricane spread, the wind isn't as strong as where the eye is. So they still got hurricane force winds, but they didn't get it as badly as the western side of the island. But everybody got affected. Melissa is wicked. They need a better name for her because she was sitting over Jamaica, just waiting patiently. She's been watching Jamaica out from sea. She need to name Jezebel. My best friend at primary school was called Melissa. And she wasn't no wickedness like Melissa Hurricane. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. One of my cousins was supposed to be traveling Friday. I don't even know if she's going. If she's still gonna go. I don't know if they're taking any flights in or how soon they're gonna start. But I think if people are going, like if I was due to go now, I wouldn't cancel my flight. Especially if I was going to that side of the island, I would want to go and help. If I had a holiday booked now, I wouldn't cancel. I would want to go and help to do what I can to help people. Can't feed much people, but I would want to go and help. Like right now, if I was from that side and I had a flight booked, I would be going right down there to try help Julie clean out some of the mud. I just emailed Julie. I will wait to see if she can manage to respond. I hope she has access to provide an update. So they won't get any power for now. My mom wants to travel today for funeral tomorrow, but I told her to cancel. They're not gonna, because the airline didn't even say anything. Airline's confused. They don't even know what to do. Um, what was I saying before I read that? Yeah, I would want to go and help however I can. I wouldn't cancel unless the flight isn't going. But I would have continued and I would have gone. I would have been happy to go and help somebody physically. I would get right in the mud and help them clean up, put up somebody if I have somewhere to put them. Have you heard from Jay Brown, Deandra, or Cashley before the hurricane? No, I didn't. I haven't. Deandra, I'm worried about Deandra actually, because Deandra's house is in a state already. No, I haven't heard from any of those people. My mother-in-law and stepfather-in-law went down last week and buried her nephew, and this weekend was to be her husband's grandson's funeral. Mm-mm. Only commercial flights are coming into the airports. Yeah, I saw that. I saw Daryl Voss saying that the airports are open, but he said but only specific flights, like he said, 2 flights coming into Montego Bay, about 9 flights, but they're all for relief. They're all for relief, coming in aid. And he said something else but it seemed like it wasn't because of the government, it was more by choice, because for that people probably is assuming that people not going to want to come to Jamaica right now, but actually people might want to go just to help, especially if they have family. Like if I had family there, say Julie was my family, and their house mash up and they need help, I would want to, imagine some people have their elderly parents living there and they would want to go down to help them as soon as possible. If my mother was there living an hurricane, I would say to my job, look, you have to give me time off to go and sort out my mom. So people are going to want to go down to help however they can. Yes, Andre, my phone, my power went. I came upstairs. I said I'm gonna go live, but I'm going to go on my bed because my charger is at my bedside and my battery is low. Come upstairs and start the video and didn't plug in the phone. But when I plugged it in, it said, do I want to resume the live? And it resumed. It's really something. So, Andre, did you get a voice note from Jules or a call? Oh God. But I know she's been in touch with her sister, and she did say to me to communicate with Andre as well, because she's sent you a message. But at that point, I had already spoken to Madison or so. I don't know. I was asking Madison for her. Did you hear from her today, Andre? Because that was yesterday I heard from her. And I know that she said her house got some damage and wet up. And is she at home? No, not today. Pass along my regards. I will do PMC. I will. And she asked me to put the post on my wall. She said something, do the post on your wall or something to make people know that you've heard from me and I'm okay, but the house is damaged. So I'm going that hurricane, the damages look like tornadoes, so much rubble. Um the voice note that she sent me, I'm gonna listen it again and see if I can post it somehow. To just another way, because she asked me to do that. So that's why I came live as well, to get her message out there that she is okay, but there has been some damages. Poor Jules, because everything now, even her eye operation, everything gonna be delayed now because the place blocked and people have been affected. Luckily though, where she was going is in Kingston, but she's also going to need to repair her house. I asked her before the hurricane. I said to her, if you had to leave the house, this was during the hurricane actually. It was just the I wasn't quite there yet, but it was close. I said, suppose you had your roof came off, what would you do? Do you have somewhere to go? And she said there's a lot of family around. So she would have places to go, but 90% of the roofs come off in her area. So finding somewhere to go probably wasn't that easy, because you're probably going to your neighbor and your neighbor roof gone too. However, all of her roof didn't come on. Good Vibes case in the same position as you, Petra. You're both not home and aren't able to get or to provide some help. Yeah, exactly. I'd stop it, Andre. Poor me. Melissa drinks Melissa. It's all Melissa, not Petro. Not Petro. But I asked the question just in case. Like I could hear knocking. I was talking to her and I could hear knocking. I could hear knocking and I'm like, oh, it sounds like you're battening down. And she said, yes, they're battening the windows. I think that's what she said. And I said, okay, you're protecting the windows. What about the house? And I think she said they did tie down the roof as well. And I said to her, what if something did happen? I was just concerned, like, what would you do? Because I know her situation with her movement ability. You have to move fast when breeze blowing, when there's a hurricane. So I know her situation that she's in. I know she's got the weight. I know she's not well with her eyes. She can't see properly. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, suppose you had to move, suppose the roof come off, you have to leave. You can't stand there. So I did ask. Some roofs were covered with tarps even after burial. So I did ask her, and she said she had places that she could go. What came to my mind was, should she have gone to a shelter? But it's not easy to take up yourself, go to shelter, go live with people. Especially when you're used to a certain lifestyle, to go live in a dirty shelter with some people. You know what I mean? That is the hardest thing to do. I'm not telling nobody that I could have done that. But some people have family that can put them up. So that would be my shelter. If I didn't trust my house, I must have some family somewhere that has a slab roof where everybody knows that that person's house is safer than theirs. That's what I would have done. Julie is very, very positive. I can't wait for her videos to come out because she's going to be so good at explaining what happened. She's going to be so good at talking about it and making you really understand what she went through. I've never experienced being in a house and the roof come off. There was a man in this like big house because when you look outside it was you're seeing down. It's like a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom house, and the man upstairs like in the between the cellotex ceiling and the roofing, and he was like, oh, he can hear the noise like the roof trying to lift, and he's like, this is inside my roof. When me look, it goes so I'm gone, nothing over the man head. The man said the roof gone, and you could say it's an upstairs house because it was high down, the drop down. So it's the so many good houses, roof gone. There was another house I was looking at, nice house, and this was after the hurricane, and the person was showing that they have no roof. So that we didn't see when the roof went, but you could see that it's inside the house was nice and no roof on top. So that's hurricane. I pray that another one don't come no time soon. No time soon. Imagine those people that live off the land. A lot of people in Jamaica, like I was saying before, a lot of people in Jamaica live hand to mouth. So they go to the shop for everything that they need. If you need rice, you go to the shop. If you need flour, you go to the corner shop. If you need a tin mackerel, you go to the corner shop. If you need a chicken, you go to the corner shop to buy half a chicken. Those corner shops are gone because those corner shops would have been small. Most of them would have been small wooden shops. Some of them are not wooden, some of them concrete around, but their roof would be gone too. There would have been looting. The food would have got wet. Then some of them got flooded, so the food was damaged. So where are those people? Those people are going to find it really, really hard. So as well as those people with the hand to mouth corner shop, there are also some people who live off the land. So their daily food would consist a lot of yam, dasheen, green bananas, callaloo, ackee, straight from the tree. There's now no food on those trees. What I was wondering though, proud you would know this, can a hurricane affect the produce underground? Because I was saying at least them can get yam because the yam grow underground. Or whatever that sheen, cocoa, blah blah blah, would be underground. But would the if the rain saturate the land too much, could it affect the produce underground? But no ackee on tree, no breadfruit on tree, no banana on the trees, no callaloo, all blown down. So if you don't have somewhere to get canned food from, how do you eat? Underground can be affected. See, there you go. Wow. If they get too much rain, like the produce underground get too much rain, I know that the land can slide and ruin that, but all of those food not gonna be ready at the same time either. The produce underground probably not ready. People gonna be hungry, you know. Yes, it can be affected. Wow. 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 Because there would have been so much water. How would it be affected? What happens is structures through flooding Storm surge and soil erosion can damage infrastructure like water and sewer lines, power lines, and building foundations. Hopefully, they get plenty of sunshine to dry it up quickly, right? Hopefully. Hopefully, they would have reaped a lot before the storm. Like if they had bananas on their tree, pick them before the storm come blow them off. And then you can't find them. When storm blow them and river rain wash them go down the gully, you can't find them. So hopefully they would have picked those before. I was looking at another video and I see pure young Aki on the ground. Those Akis would have been opening by next week. On the ground, all of them blow off of the tree. Also in the process, any produce grown is washed away and no more. I pray for the farmers. Wow. Structures through flooding, storm surge, and soil erosion, water and sewer lines. That's why so many of the lands tear away as well. I see one man said there where the road break, he said there was a house there and the house isn't there anymore. Aid is coming. Aid is coming. They've shown aid coming from Venezuela, loads of stuff, packages and things. And they say some reach already from America, but it's getting those things to the communities. Alicia would know, probably sees on the news as any of these communities, are there any videos of them getting food packages yet? Any videos of them getting any help as yet? Because they're going to be desperate. They're going to fight for the food, you know? They're going to fight for the food. When that food drop, they have to have order. They have to do it in an orderly way because people are gonna be desperate and worried. If they're not desperate yet and starving yet, they will be. They will be soon enough. I haven't seen food being delivered as yet. No, I haven't seen any videos of food being delivered, and the hurricane was Tuesday. Hopefully by today. Well, it's still daytime in Jamaica now, so it's not too late. Today, tomorrow. Because people are going to be short of food. The government is always tucked away safe while those on the outside lose everything they live for. So true. So true. I thought about it when I see a lot of the entertainers and people who are comfortable in their big houses in Kingston talking, and some of them I thought that's a bit insensitive. And then there are others I'm thinking, come out of your house, go do something. Come out of your house, go St. Elizabeth, go help somebody. You're on your video sing and you're in Jamaica. Move, yeah. Come out, go help somebody, man. You're in your house attack. One of them I saw was Mr. Vegas walking down the street showing St. Andrew or St. Andrew mashup. It was on the bush. Loads of leaf on the road. And him say, oh, the road look like a park. I'm like, please, just go help somebody and come off of the road. Because you're not showing no damage. You're in Kingston. You're in St. Andrew. You're only showing some bush, leaf, drop on road. And couple branches. Like one little branch. And him say, oh, let me move this. Because this can damage a car. And him just use him and I'm broke it. I'm like, what is that? Come off of your phone. Because there are people out there who really finding it difficult. Go help somebody clean out the muck out of them house and stop talk foolishness. Don't show cook big pot and try and feed people. Yeah. Go and do something practical. It's going to take a while for them to regroup. I saw a few clips. It's terrible. If it's even to cook some food and pack up some box food, even if when you reach the box food cold, people will still take it. Some of them won't even open their doors to those who need help. And if they do open the doors, you can see all the luxury, nice cars and everything else. Exactly. And a lot of them just there going on about their business like nothing ever happened. Because they're in their comfortable places in Kingston, while the rest of the country in rubble. It reminds me of when the tsunami did hit. Although it never that drowned thousands of people or however many, but when the after what the place looks like, or when a tornado hits, um because the place so damaged, like so many places just flattened, even concrete structures. I'm sure they can afford to find bananas and breadfruit and cook for the community. Those people who are better off need to go out and do something. Even see the tourists them in our hotel and clean up the hotel. The next thing we're annoying are those women in the hotel we bought. Them a go cross the road, go find food for buy. Because they're not happy with the food that the hotel giving them. No shops not open out there. Where you going? The people them house shop mash up. You're leaving hotel having a strap having a tantrum, but they want food to buy because they don't like the food that the hotel giving them. A lot of people, one of my friends in Portland, he called me during the hurricane and showed me, but he had a phone, he had a different number that he was calling me from, and he had service Wi-Fi, but it was in and out. They have problems. They have problems. It was in and out, and when say, and he had a Delco, so he could charge his phone. Over 530,000 Jamaicans lost power as a result of the storm. They eating good food and watching. Yeah, they have problems. Miss said the hotel people them, don't it, the tourists them, they have problems. They said, oh, they pay so much money for their hotel, and if then they not give them food. My God. I know my dad is trying to help. Where is your dad? What parish? Manchester saw severe damage to properties, with many houses and businesses having their roofs ripped, while some coastal areas were hit with storm surges up to 13 feet. My auntie is from Manchester. Okay. So that's not too far, Ochi. So my auntie is from Manchester, but she's in Canada at the moment. So I sent her a message, I think yesterday morning. Yes, and asked her how things. And that's when she told me that she's in Canada. But she said her house is okay, but she have big house. And she own a bakery in Mandeville, and she said it's fine. She said everything's okay. But she's going down next week. It's bad. It's really bad. Really, really bad. Daddy is trying. He's over 65 and fit. You have some very fit 65-year-old in Jamaica. So what is he gonna do? How is he gonna manage? What is his plan? What is he gonna try and do to help? Whatever you can find, people grateful for it. And you don't have to go far to find somebody who need help. Because even so, what is his area like? What's the damage in his area like? And is house okay? Yeah, Montego Bay was hit because Montego Bay is above St. Elizabeth, like, so it would have gone upwards. So the hurricane went from the bottom to the top because Montego Bay is northwest, and St. Elizabeth is western, like southwest. Southwest is to the bottom, but to the western side. And the other one is northwest. So they're like above each other. And that's the path the hurricane took. People say St. Elizabeth people no trouble nobody, and they're thinking why the hurricane have to come to them, because they say we're not trouble people. But if that was the scenario, that was the reasoning behind it, it was on its way to Montego Bay, because Montego Bay is known as a bad place. So Montego Bay people are under trouble the hurricane. This is the time people need to come together. Indeed. Indeed, indeed. Well, that is something Jamaicans are good at. Jamaicans are very good at helping their neighbor. Hi, Winsome Gordon. His house is good. Whoever built the roof did good, but no power or Wi-Fi, so I don't hear him today. Okay, but at least you know that he's okay. You would know that he's okay. I hear that I saw on Instagram that there's a certain road in St. Anne. The man on the thing said between Ochi and somewhere else in St. Anne, they getting Wi-Fi. So there were loads of cars parked along the roadway. So if you try and find out where that is, you tell him for goodness sake if he needs signal. That's where they were to get signal along the road, and you could see a string of cars parked there. So yes, unite to restore. So Jamaicans are very good at coming together and to working together to help people that need help. And you have some men who are very resilient, and women too, and strong. And if they are working together to fix something, they're not gonna stop until it's done. So if they're working to clear somebody else, they're not gonna stop till it's done. If they're working to clear a road, they're not gonna stop until it's done. We are high up in Content Garden. Okay. Julie tell me something about a tree that could have fallen in her direction, but it fell the other way. She said a tree fell down, but it never fell on the house, but it could have. Wow. So many people die. So many people. We just don't know yet, but people gonna be missing. Thank you so much, guys, for coming. So again, I decided to come live because Julie reached out to me yesterday. She said she went, and I went on Instagram and I saw on the news. So I cut the story completely again. I saw either in the Observer or one of those newspapers, they were interviewing a man named Kevin James, what name, something like that. He's in Westmoreland, and they were praising him because he's going around. He's got something called a Starlink. I don't know what that is. And that's what he's going around and allowing people to use his Starlink to contact their loved ones, to let them know that they're okay. And he's in Westmoreland. And funny enough, Jules' voice note to me says, I'm borrowing a man's Starlink. Mister, look at that. The man that I heard today on Instagram being interviewed by the newspaper that says he had a Starlink might be the same person. I can imagine that's what it is. It's an internet service, but I've never used it or I didn't hear of it before now. But he's in Westmoreland and he's letting people use his Starlink to contact people. And Jules said she's using a man's Starlink. So I commented on Instagram and I said, my friend reached out to me yesterday. She sent me a voice note and she told me that she's using somebody's Starlink. I don't know if it is you, but thank you very much, sir, for doing that. So she sent me a voice note on a Starlink and she said to let me know that she's okay, but her house is damaged. The roof, some parts of the roof came off. Her house is wet and flooding. They've had bad flooding. is designed to offer reliable connectivity in remote and rural areas where traditional internet is unavailable or unreliable. This would be good for Julie and others. True, true. So the man that they interviewed, he said during the hurricane, he noticed that all the way throughout the hurricane, his Starlink was still working, he still had service. He said when the hurricane hit badly for a little time, it disconnected. But when it was gone, he realized that the connection came back. And he said, because they said, oh, how comes you just came up with that? He said it wasn't really that he came up with it. He didn't have the plan. But he realized that he could still make contact. And somebody said to him, how comes you can make contact? And him explain, and they were like, oh, let me help me make contact with somebody too. And then after that, he started telling people that he can help them by helping them to make contact with their loved one. All these ladies' goats dead. She didn't release them. Oh my days. I see a man say some of the goat them gone, and he showed like two and said two survive, and the other one them gone. Santa Cruz, yikes. So sad, eh? You never know what's going to hit or what's going to strike. And they say the reporters were exaggerating. Nope, not if you're in the eye of the hurricane. They weren't. Imagine most of the roof them gone. How people gonna manage? Where are those people now? Where they sleeping? That's what I keep asking, because look like me find my sleep to be very important, because I keep wondering how they sleep.